And welcome back to the Morning Blend, where we're cooking with Thunder Bay. Wait a second, I should take that back. We're actually going to be drinking this morning with Thunder Bay.
Yes, we are. In just the last 5 years, sales of craft beer in the U.S. have doubled. So joining us now is Tim Brass. He's the bar manager at Thunder Bay with one of the best craft beer selections in Waukesha. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. You've got over 70 beers on tap, right?
70 different beers. We started out basically from the Great American Beer Festival. Started out with 500, whittled it down to what we feel is basically 70 of the top beers right now. A lot of them are local beers. We want to feature that from the state and the city.
And some of them aren't. Some of them are made by monks. And I've read about the beers that they brew and how fantastic they are, and they're prized, and that's the way that they support their missions a lot of times. But why do monks make such great beer?
Well, I think they stick to adherence to strict guidelines. And right now there's eight, there used to be only 7. There's 8 different monasteries that are allowed to have the ITA label, which makes them a Trappist beer. We are carrying 2 of them, the Rochefort and the Chimay right here.
That's this one. Okay, and the Chimay is right over there. It's yellow.
Right.
Okay.
And one of the beers you can't get, you have to make reservations 60 days in advance. You have to come in and show your driver's license. You have to agree not to resell it. It's really hard to get. We don't have that one. It's hard to get in the United States. But we are featuring some of them, and we're featuring some Belgian beers too, besides a lot of the local beers, which one of them that I'd like to try is the state beer, is our Belgian White.
All right, let's try this.
Very similar to Blue Moon. A lot of people have had the Blue Moon. It's very light, very effervescent.
But it looks lighter.
It's a wheat beer.
It tastes lighter, too.
Tastes lighter.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah, I want to kind of give you some extremes. You're going to go from a wheat beer, and then we're going to go to a...
Very good.
This is the Polish Moon. It's a stout. Now, look how dark it is. It's roasted. Dark doesn't mean bitter or heavy.
I was going to say, I tend to not like dark beers.
Notice the glass. Now we're serving a lot of beers in different glasses. The old Pilsner glass so much isn't used. You want to warm this beer up a little bit. You're going to get the chocolate and the coffee tones with it.
Nice.
This is the Polish Moon. It's named after the Ellen Bradley Tower on the south side. It actually shined over the Polish south side, and that's why they call it. It's from Milwaukee.
It has a little of that chocolate, like you said.
Chocolate, and as it warms up, you'll get more of the flavors coming out. It really enhances.
I never think of having a warmer beer, but this is one that you want to do that with, huh?
Dynamite with a chocolate dessert. I mean, it's just so good. Like, this would be good with your jambalaya or ribs and stuff. You take that with a dessert.
Fantastic.
It brings it out.
For sure. And you have gluten-free beers and ciders, and you have, Sprecker's Black Bavarian.
You got to have that for the local beer. The gluten-free beer is really neat. Bard's gluten-free. A lot of people are very into the gluten-free. The ciders, a lot of ciders are also Strongbow. We have.
And the ciders are over here on the end, right? Okay, all of our ciders are right over here.
Crisp in there. That's my other favorite.
It's great that people can read through your beer menu, because you've got 70, and you actually list a description, which I think is nice, what people can expect to taste, which I think is a great way to introduce it. Do you also do tastings of the beers?
We're going to be doing tastings in the future. We just came out with this 2 weeks ago, but it's nice to educate the people. I think the biggest thing with craft beers right now is a lot of people are just bewildered by it, and so a little synopsis that kind of educates them a little bit.
Let's taste
one beer I want you to try that is just a phenomenal beer that we talked about is the Triple Carmelite.
And this is one that we talked about as one of the best in the whole world.
Yeah, rated as far as beer. There's a ratebeer.com and stuff. Now, I mean, there's many great beers. It all depends on what you like. What you got to taste? Yeah, I did.
You didn't tilt your
Didn't do the real good part.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
But taste how clean it is and how it finishes, and it has this fruity aftertaste to it that is it's so light. Notice the big bottle. I mean, this is a bottle for 2. It's like buying a bottle of wine now.
Well, it's almost like a champagne, because it had a cork in it.
Right? Yeah. It does have a cork in it, which
that's tasty.
But it's, I mean, you could drink it yourself, or you could share this with. It's like wine. Craft beer is like wine now. Come in and enjoy it with 2 people.
What clarifies a beer as a craft beer? Took me a second to get that
basically, it's I think we got 6 million barrels or less in a year.
Okay.
Now, and one thing about beers, there's 2 different types of beers. There's lagers and there's ales. And then there's all kinds of subcategories underneath it. At the Great American Beer Festival, there's 83 different categories that you tried to, and there's over 3,000 beers in those categories. And that's what we've taken some of the lists from. I got to point out, though, Pabst Blue Ribbon actually has won 3 years in a row in their category. It does. It's still a good.
We love it. Milwaukee's made
that's
beer
right.
famous.
Okay, we have time for just one more
Real
taste.
quick, raspberry.
Yeah.
You gotta taste a raspberry
I love this,
framboise.
by the way, Tim. This is
It's
so
a dessert beer. This
All
is
right.
And I wanted to also, do you know what my favorite beer is? What kind of beer? I'll tell you. IPAs.
Oh.
I love IPAs, and you have a lot of those. I saw your
IPAs.
list.
Very,
This is
very
sweet.
hot right now. It's like it's the big buzzword of craft beers. Everybody's enjoying the IPAs. India Pale Ales. They had to hop it up to make it journey over to India. Now that's raspberry.
This is
Very
great.
sweet. It's dessert. Notice in a champagne glass. It's a flute.
I love
It's being
it. You can
served
even
in.
add a little ice cube to this if you wanted.
Beer
Wanted to
in a
get even
champagne
fancier.
glass.
Okay, we're out of time, so you got to go to Thunder Bay to try all 70 craft beers.
There you go.
In Pewaukee, I dare you. 262-523-4244, thunderbaygrille.com. I'm a big fan of the, what is it, triple
Carmelite?
Carmelite. Go try it for
Tim took
yourself.
This deep breath
That was this
inside.
one.
He's like, it's over. My
It's
TV.
over.
Cheers, Tim.
It's over, right?
Yeah, cheers to you. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Okay.
All right, you did it.